What's up, guys? Another day, another walk. It's pretty chilly here. Sunny though, so that's good. But it is cold. Makes the snow really squeaky. I've already run Scout for lunchtime. I did like 30 minutes with her today. I only get an hour at lunch, so we played snow toss basically the entire time. So right now she seems to be happy to run around. We'll see how long that lasts. Another thing she does to me all the time. I don't mind it. I know it's an annoying habit. Some people probably they don't like dogs jumping on them, which I totally get. I don't really mind if she does it to me. The problem is she doesn't distinguish. So when my parents visit, then she does how she normally is with me. So that's how she is with everyone, basically. I should probably break that habit. But it's kind of cute. Except for when she's full set of steam. You see her running down at you like a racehorse on a track. And you know that she's going to use you as a little springboard. And it's going to be her whole body weight. Those are the moments where I'm like, okay, it's time to lay down the law. But I can't do it. I could. I don't. I haven't. Ugh. I cannot wait for summer. This cold it just not ending. The guys at work today, they were talking about the low temperatures are just hanging around, and they're longer. It's been cold for longer this year. It's broken records. We even had several days, separate days, that broke the snowfall in a day. There was a day where we got, almost 2 foot of snow in just one day. And it was like several days in a row of over 12 inches of snow, so it really piled up. One thing up here, people think it's not wet snow, so a lot of people don't think it weighs as much as down in like the northern states. But when you get 4 foot of snow up on the roof, that's a lot of snow. So I got off on a tangent, but the temperature is just so cold. I'm so ready to not have to wear all my winter gear anymore. By the time you get through each season, you're definitely ready for the next. I think that's true for everyone though. Oh gosh. Fully expecting her to pounce me. Can't wait for that sun to stay out, and I'll miss the night sky. So one thing I definitely miss. You don't get to go out and enjoy the stars like in the summer. They just aren't there. But you get to be out fishing until like easily 1 in the morning, and you don't realize how late it is and that you have to go to work the next morning. That time is almost here. Just a little longer. And another thing too is all the oil prices have gone up. So it's even more expensive running the heater, the furnace. I'm not sure how far I want to take her today. Once it gets into the summertime, we walk up on the dike, but then we'll drop down into into that low area. It's the flood control. And in the winter, we don't normally go that far. There's been enough traffic with the snow machines, so it's not as bad to walk. But usually the trail just kind of, it's not traveled enough by people, so they don't walk their dogs as far. But we'll see. I got some time before Bible study. Let's see how far we go. It's a beautiful. The last couple of days have been just blue sky and sunny. Just absolutely gorgeous. Hey, what are you eating? Ew, don't eat that. That's moose poop. No. Oh no, it's stuck. It's stuck in my boot. Just leave that alone. Just leave that alone. When she was a puppy, one of the things that she would do, look at her. She's white. No, Scooter, leave it. Come on, let's go. Come on. One of the things, when I first got her, when she was a puppy, she would find a big pile of moose poop. And it was like finding a chocolate pile, I swear, for her. She just loved it. And I always worried. Obviously, first off, I don't want her eating that poop. But second off, those poop from moose, it's small enough. It's like the perfect size for her to choke on. So I was always worried. You let her out and you're not paying attention. But she immediately, she beelines for that kind of stuff. Once you find it, you have to do something about it. Remove it, pretty much. And I always worried about her getting into it without me realizing and choking on it. Yeah. People do ride their horses up here too. And that's one. The upside to winter is the snow kind of keeps that from happening. Like, I really like the horses and stuff, but the poop piles, keeping the dog out of it. I don't know what it is about dogs. But that's another species that they really seem to find quite delicious. And once it comes spring into summer, then the horses start getting rode out here again and start getting more piles of poop. In the winter, you don't really have them, and what is out here already is covered in snow. And just gorgeous. You can see all the trails. A lot of people like to go ride out here, and the river is that way. So this is all built as a way to prevent flooding and protect the surrounding areas in case the river were to have like flash flooding. It's pretty cool. It's definitely a very popular place to go hiking and take your dogs. A lot of people take their dogs out here, ride bikes. There's certain spots that have even little ponds and stuff, so people will go bird hunting once it's open season. Unfortunately, they open bird the same day as moose. So when you're a moose hunter, that first day is kind of, you really want to try and get out early, because once like 10 o'clock hits, 10, 11, the amount of hunters that are just blasting shotguns for birds, it's crazy. There's a lot of military. I think a lot of them Seems that way. A lot of them seem to like hunting the birds. But it sure puts a damper on first day of moose season. They always do that. I don't know why. She's gnawing. She's got a huge block of ice. She loves it. Oh. She thinks I'm gonna take it from her. This is one of my favorite places to take her, especially in the summertime. Right now you can't see, but off this way, over the tree line, a lot of times you'll see Denali Mountains, then Denali Park. But most days, I can kind of make it out. You can't see it on camera, but right where my finger is, ish, you can see the base of the mountain, but it's not going to show up on camera. They are beautiful. So pretty. One of the things I have to pay attention to on walks, especially once we get around the trees a little more, the moose like to be down in there, and a lot of times they skirt along the side of the trees. And cows with calves are very protective, and no moose really like dogs. So I have to pay attention when she starts acting like this. Normally I start looking a little closer in the tree line. I don't know how many times I've been able to catch a moose before she sees it and see like the butt going off into the trees, and I just turn her around and we go on, but I haven't seen anything. I thought I saw what was a back end of one, but it's not. I think it's just a tree. The moose, to be honest, after we got that really big snowfall, the moose haven't really been as active. They have a harder time moving around. You'll start seeing a lot of moose take trails, like they would be on this for sure. I don't even see any moose tracks up here. But there's a lot of snow machines that go, so they could, if a moose was up here, then that track isn't going to last very long. But they'll take like roads. That's one of the issues up here they deal with, is roadkill. And moose are huge. If you're in a smaller vehicle, their legs are so long that the vehicle will just take the legs out, and then they'll come through the windshield. So a lot of people end up dying because the moose just takes out basically everything in the car above the dashboard. And a lot of people get trucks, SUVs. You'll see a lot more of those type of vehicles because of that. They move so fast. It's not like deer can come out of nowhere. They're a little smaller, so it feels a little less sketchy. I mean, it's still gonna trash your car, potentially. But the moose, there's a higher chance of actually having bodily harm, like substantial bodily harm. A lot of people even get lift kits. Some guys, to be honest, just get them just because it looks cool. A lot of lift kits up here, partly because the moose improve your chances of not having it come into the vehicle and just hit your bumper, have your bumper hit the main body of the moose. That might be a moose track. Right there. Maybe. Now Scout just ran through it. Can't tell. It's so cold. I was gonna keep this face cover. It's just a little scarf, kind of like one of those tube scarves. I was gonna keep it over my mouth, but you can't really hear very well. But my skin, my face is so cold, it's numb. And I was outside at work today. I was doing some training that required me to be outside for a while. That cold was pretty much all the way to my bones at the end of the day. I was glad to go inside and warm up for a bit. It is cold. Oh, is that a feather? Scooter. No. Just leave that. You don't need to eat it. No, it's very, very good find. Raven feather. The ravens are protected up here. You're not allowed to hunt or harvest ravens. You can't shoot them. You can't intentionally cause harm. They're very protected. Just leave that, okay? No. Wants to play. Scout! Oh my word! I swear, getting a dog, it prepares you for, I don't know, so much. But I hear that people will compare, like, get a puppy, and a puppy is a good preparation for having a baby. And sometimes I'm thinking, like, at least your kid isn't gonna eat the drywall. Hopefully. Maybe that's a thing. I've never asked. Don't ask, don't tell, I guess. It's like the kid in Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events. The sister, Sunny, I think? Sunny, I'm pretty sure. She's the one that eats everything. Just sitting there nibbling on a table. Oh. Yes. Are you happy? This is the furthest we've gone so far. A lot of times there's a bridge here, way out there. And a lot of times we go past that in the summers, but so far this is the furthest we've gone this winter. It's usually, if there's any wind, it just channels in this low, and it's brutal. But it's not so windy today. And it's so pretty. I hope it shows up good. Nothing shows as good on camera as it is in person, of course. It is very pretty out today. This is the kind of cold, though, where just walking makes enough wind movement across your face. Your, like, eyelids hurt. Kind of tempted to get one of those snow goggles that you can wear. Just allow no skin. It's not very tough of me, but at least I'd be warm. Scout, don't eat that. No. Hey, come here. Come here. Little stinker. Nope, she ate the end off of it. That's illegal. I'm just kidding. That's all that's left. Oh. Leave it. She's gonna look for it. Oh, there we go. Mission accomplished. You see what I mean, though? She will definitely get into stuff, even when I watch her. Just because she runs around just so sporadic. She's all over the place. It gets hard to keep track of her sometimes, especially if it's in a wooded area. And then you pair that with it's summer to fall, and everything is brown. Oh, she blends in so good. And she's small enough. All you can hope to see is catching a glimpse of movement. And hope it's not a moose about to stomp your dog. That's happened almost. Well, she hasn't been stomped, but she's almost been. A cow. Moose get used to being in residential areas because it's easier to walk. And then the food is easier to get to. So they really hang around the housing. And unfortunately, well, people have dogs. And then the moose don't like dogs. And some dogs don't like the moose. Scout is so curious about everything. She usually likes to go see what it is. And then that cow that was in the yard, she obviously saw something. Thought, I'm gonna go check it out. And all I hear is these deep thud sounds. Scout! Scout, come on! Oh. Jeez. I'm about to put one of those orange flags on there. So, all I heard were these deep, like earthy thuds. Like somebody hitting a sledgehammer on the ground or something. And I look over and I see there's a big cow. Not happy, ears pinned back. Like, kind of curling her lip. And just stomping. And Scout's over there. Like, oh, what's this? It's kind of like Donkey with Shrek. And he's asking him, like, what am I? Really tall? Like, Scout, get back here. And in those moments, I'm assuming most dogs are this way, but she was very interested and didn't really care to listen so much in that moment. There was something more exciting and deadly. So she stayed for an uncomfortably long time. It was probably, in reality, it felt like minutes, but it was probably like 15 seconds before I was probably 50 feet away from her. So I was making my way over already, and I didn't have anything because it was at home. I was outside with her, so I didn't have anything, which was dumb, but it happens. And I just was trying to scare the moose off. And eventually Scout listened, finally, and I called her back, and she didn't get hit. She's so lucky she's agile, because if she was a slow dog, that moose would have had her a few times, you know. All it takes is one good hit. So she got really lucky, and now I'm a little more cognizant. I don't like to just put her outside without me being out there to watch. When she gets in the tree line, then I can't really see anyway. So I've been cleaning up trees, down trees, getting them off the ground, and trying to make it so I can see better and things can't hide from my view, because you can't see those moose. If they're not moving, even if you've just watched it go into the woods and you know the exact spot it went into, the amount of times you lose that thing is crazy. They're crazy camouflage. You just can't see them. It's not like white-tailed deer. They have that white on their butt. I always found that funny. Them and rabbits, it's kind of, to me, it always seemed counterintuitive on the camouflage because I would lose them if it weren't for that big white flag waving. And I think somebody might have said once when I talk about it, it's not like a weird passion I have. Every stranger I meet, I'm like, I just don't get it. But I remember talking to somebody, and I think they said it's some way to confuse the predator when they're chasing. And I don't know. I haven't actually looked into it myself. I just always found that kind of odd. Ooh. It's a little deep. A lot of people think she, and myself included, a lot of people say she reminds them of a fox. And I tend to agree. She definitely has a lot of characteristics and moves like foxes. And one of my favorite things that she does, it's mostly in the winter. But she'll do it all year, but it's funnier in the winter. She'll do that, like, jump up and dive face first into the snow. Kind of like foxes hunting shrews or rabbits or voles. When she does that, I just crack up. It's funny to me. In the summer times. Hang on. Scout! Scout! Stay out of the trees. Good girl. I don't want her to get caught in a trap. There shouldn't be traps out here. But there's no rule against it, so I still got my pack, just in case. In the summer, one of the things that she'll do is she kind of bounds like a deer. So she'll go off running through the willows, especially in the flats, like where we just were, the furthest point we got to. That place, it's just all grass and willows once summer sets in, and she'll take off just crazy. She loves that. Runs around, and all you'll see, the grass gets tall enough you can't see her, but all you'll see is her body go, and she'll run, and I find it so amusing. All you see is her at the point when she bounces up, kind of like a deer running off. Those are probably some of my favorite things to watch. Ooh, someone lost a part of a ratchet strap. That's not a toy, it's a hook. We're gonna leave it. We're gonna leave it alone. So good and throw it away. I'm sure the snow machine just dropped it. Now she wants to play with it. No. Stinker. Oh, man, my face is cold. But cold, you know it's cold when your eyes get cold. It's cold. Nose is running. So far, we've been lucky this whole walk. She's been pretty good to keep herself entertained. So I've gotten away with I don't think I've thrown but a handful of snow for her before we even started on the film, but I think I got did a good job at lunch. It's basically all that it was. Running her back and forth, throw it for her. She'd run and take off, go after it, and then she'd come back to me, just throw it again. She'd go off running. So she's basically doing down and backs. But it's good for her. I've definitely, you notice when you don't do this, when you don't let her get her energy out, she gets pretty restless at night. So she loves the walks, and it's probably the best use of time to get her energy taken out of her. It's kind of a win-win for everybody. It's good to get out. You don't really want to get out when it's negative 40. And to be honest, when it was negative 60s, she would go out frequent, but they'd be really quick. She'd be, for a walk, it'd be like 10 minutes. And then she didn't like having her paws out. I could get booties for her, but her fur is pretty good. She's definitely got, like, I call them little slippers. They're so soft. Like little fuzzy socks. Her fur grows in those pads, and I don't trim it. I make sure she doesn't have ice balls in there after walks, but she's just kind of the perfect little dog for the cold. But even at negative 60, even she doesn't like to be out for an hour, you know? So I just have the walks at however far she wants to go. It's kind of, she decides. To a point. I think that there's a lot of days in the summertime where she would just go and go. It is nice to have somebody to make you get out and go and do things. Dogs definitely do that. Well, I hope it didn't bore you. Just trying to make more videos, and this seems like a good way to just get started. It's very boring. This is the boring side, but it's the weekdays, and I work, so it is what it is. It's still pretty. This is one of the best parts of the day. And I'm excited for the summer. It's a lot different. It's a whole nother world once spring goes and summer rolls in. I am ready. I am ready for that. I think the sunlight at this point, it really turns fast. The sunlight, it's staying light until around 8 o'clock already, which is crazy, even with the time change. So it won't be too long. I'm hoping, guys at work were saying it's been cold for the long time, and I didn't finish that thought from earlier. The temperature is supposed to get a lot better fast in April. I am hopeful. Be nice 60s in the positives. What? Crazy. Oh gosh. What are you eating? Delicious Chalk Scout. What are you eating? So funny. Alright, Scooter. You ready to go? She said, yeah. Alright, Scout. Say bye. She still loves this. Yes. Well, until the next one, adios.